Hello, and I'd like to welcome you here to the Hoffman Planetarium. We're going to get started in just a little bit, so let's get going. I'm going to lower that camera a little bit, and I'm going to take you to where I'm at right now. Of course, again, welcome. So, we're here at the Hoffman Planetarium in Oak Park, Michigan. My name's Grayling Mercer. I am actually the science guy for the district, and I'm also the Hoffman Planetarium science coach. So, let's move that up a little bit and let's take you home. Home is, of course, Oak Park High School. And we're here on the other side. Wait, that's a public safety. We're looking across the street. So with my handy dandy tracking tool, pretty do. We turn around and we're at Oak Park. So, something to think about. Mars. That's right, Mars. That's what we're going to talk about today. Great thing about Mars, it's one of the planets in our solar system. So the question for you out there is, how many planets are in our solar system? I'll give you a minute to think about it. I think there are eight. Eight planets in the solar system. And Mars is the fourth planet from the sun. Enough of me yapping about it. If you know me, you know one of my favorite things is to fly. Well, we're going to fly. We're going to take off Earth and head to Mars. Let's go. As we zip away from the Earth, we actually find ourselves flying to Mars. Once again, the fourth planet. Anyone know the nickname of Mars? The red planet. That's right. We call Mars the red planet because, well, it's red. And it's really, really red because of all the soil and the rocks and the dirt. But Mars isn't just soil and rock. Mars has a lot of features just like Earth. I wonder if you can think of any features that Mars has that the Earth has as well. Mountains. What else? Plateaus. Those are landforms. And even had volcanoes. But that's a story for later. Let's look at the surface of Mars so we can see some of those rocks and soil. Anyone notice anything on the surface as we scan? What do we call those things right there? The little circles? Craters. That's right. You can still see lots of craters because of everything that's happened to Mars. As we come down to the surface, you'll see why we call Mars the red planet. It's red, red, red. And there's red rocks everywhere. And you can see the horizon. But instead of just staring at the surface, why don't we actually scan it? So I'm going to take you on a small tour. This is Mars. But we're going to look across the surface. Check the horizon as we scan. If you look off in the far distance, there's a tall mountain. That's Olympus Mons, the tallest mountain in the solar system. And there's other mountain plains coming on. There's plains and mountains, and there's plateaus and canyons. those are all, once again, landforms that you find right here on Earth. So as we scan the horizon, we can see all the mountains that are much closer than Olympus Mons. But what does this tell us about Mars? Not a lot. Why don't we go back and learn a little bit about Mars long ago? Billions of years ago, Mars was just like Earth. It had volcanoes. It had geologic activity. It had lava. And it even had Mars quakes. Notice I didn't say earthquakes. And it was so similar to Earth. It had lava. And it didn't have a lot. But what happened to Mars? That's the question you have to ask yourself. That's really what we're trying to find out. So, once again, we have the MRO, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And it actually took tons and tons of pictures of Mars so that we could piece together the data so that we could find out what Mars was like many, many years ago. With that data, we can look back in time and we can find a history of Mars many, many years ago. Millions of years ago, Mars was alive. It had water. We don't know if it had life, but where there's water, there's life. But Mars just didn't have water. Oh no, it had atmosphere and it had weather. So, with all this activity, with all the erosion caused by that water, there were lakes and rivers. But over time, Mars changed into a desolate wasteland. So then we have to ask ourselves one simple question: what happened to the water? Were there ancient civilizations long ago that are long forgotten? Did the aliens actually come to Earth? Are there Martians on their way right now? And what do those Martians look like? Well, find out in our next chapter of the Martian. No, we're not talking about the Martian Chronicles. We're talking about the mission to Mars. And that's just a preview of what Mars is. In our next installment, we're going to talk about what Perseverance actually did on Mars. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. Have a great day.